My boyfriend's sister somehow knew exactly what I was doing while I was doing it, so I decided to use her own curiosity to destroy her. It all started when Mary, my boyfriend's sister, looked at me one afternoon and said, "You look kind of messy in that photo." I froze. How did she even see that? Those were private selfies, the kind only my boyfriend was supposed to have. Either she checked his gallery, or worse, she'd been reading our chats all along. But the worst part came later. She posted that same photo on Facebook, and by the end of the day, everyone at school was laughing at me. A few days later, she brought up something even more personal, that my ex had cheated on me with my best friend. It was something I'd confessed to my boyfriend in complete trust. No one else could have known. That's when the paranoia hit. Was my boyfriend the one telling her everything, or was she secretly reading our messages behind his back? Either way, my privacy was gone. And that's when I made a promise to myself. If she wanted to play with secrets, I'd give her one she'd regret knowing. That night, I waited until the perfect moment. The time my boyfriend usually left for the gym and always left his phone at home. If Mary was snooping, this was when she'd do it. So I typed a message that wasn't meant for him, but for her. "The love letter I slipped into your bag today. Hide it somewhere safe." A few minutes later, my phone buzzed. It wasn't my boyfriend replying. It was a new Snapchat story from Mary. It said, "Some people hide their love letters in bags, thinking no one will ever find out." I couldn't help but smile. Gotcha. I'd suspected for weeks that she checked our chats whenever he was gone, and now I had my proof. My boyfriend was innocent, but Mary, she was about to learn what it feels like to be exposed. Now that I knew exactly when she read our messages, I set my trap. Mary's boyfriend happened to be a good friend of mine, sweet, loyal, and totally clueless. One night, I invited him over to my place. We took a few selfies together, and I made sure the angles looked suggestive enough to be misunderstood. Nothing inappropriate, just clever framing. The next day, right when my boyfriend left for the gym and Mary started checking his phone, I sent those pictures. Minutes later, she saw them, and she lost it. The very next morning, in the middle of the hallway, she screamed at her boyfriend and broke up with him in front of everyone. He just stood there, confused and heartbroken, not understanding what had just happened. I stood at a distance, watching her world crumble under the weight of her own habit. And when she turned to me, eyes burning, I simply smiled and said quietly, "You love digging into other people's secrets, but in the end, it was a secret that destroyed you."